All right, we will start now. Can somebody please lead the bow? Is brother teach there?
Oh, Kelvin is here.
All right, Kevin, can Kevin please lead the bow then?
Please all rise. Please this side. First bow. Second bow. Third bow.
Okay, hello everyone. I am going to share my screen with you. Let me know if you do see anything. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Okay.
Simon, is everything all right on your side?
Yeah, yes, but then when we are trying to fix the speakers. Okay, give me 2 minutes to try and fix the speaker because we are using laptop audio now and laptop audio is a bit low. Can you please have 2 minutes?
All right, sure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Cancel that.
And castle lion.
Stop sharing. Okay. Hello, Sister Katie. We're about fine now. Everything is sorted. Thank you for your patience and to everyone. Now we're gonna play our video before we start sharing. I'll first share my screen with everyone. Can I please, Sister Katie? Sister Katie.
Yes, now I've made you the call.
Okay, sorted because I was saying there was this allowed the sharing, but that was fine. I will play the video now. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Oh man,
Hello, Sister Katie.
there's no sound though.
There's no sound.
Yeah, did you tick the little box where it says share sound when you share the screen?
No, let me go to stop share. Okay.
学上学上，真的是。
眼睛闭。
后面啊，我哎，大概一起干的，那一个不会。
学上。
你个不，不对的。
Mr. Katie, please let me know if there's sound now.
Yes, there is.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
有一回，佛陀伫寺院静下，早起弟子出去吐蕃，逐个人出去吐蕃时，转来就是安尼，表情好像真正的悲凄佛陀呢？就问大家人讲：“比丘恁今仔日去吐蕃，大家人转来呢，心情无快乐，到底恁是安怎？”其中一位比丘就讲：“伫镇上有一位富有长者的家庭，有丧事啦，为着得要祭拜规个巷仔路呢，滥杀无辜杀着真侪的生灵，要来为这个亡者祭拜。佛陀听着，伊也是面露着迄种悲悯、慨叹又无奈的表情。佛陀就讲：“这就是众生的颠倒一条已经是死亡的生命，搁都爱遐尼真侪无辜的生命安尼来做这种的供品，真正是可怜悯的人。”这中间，佛陀呢，若有所思真侪的弟子呢，就问佛陀，这项代志对佛陀的看法安怎呢？伫一个小村庄里，有一位有钱的人家伫咧办丧事，伊就请到一位婆罗门，除了要读祭文以外，阁甲伊承包了规场丧事的仪式，伊都甲伊注意。爱太偌济的猪羊要来做祭祀，伫这中间，拢差不多备办得要好势啦。这婆罗门去现场甲伊看一下，但是伊感觉着讲，阁差一只的羊，伊就叫一位工人。就讲来插一只羊，工人就把这只羊就砍出去了，身躯甲水然后呢，用一个花蔓对颔棍呢，甲伊装饰起来，搁再用着真少数的食品供予这只羊。那这只羊呢，甲这物件也食啦，忽然间向着天空叫出了声音，好亲像呢， 这只羊是伫咧笑啊。了后，这只羊佫停落来，又是佫在一阵的悲鸣啊。这位工人真正是莫名其妙，就把这只羊呢都牵转来啦。这羊牵出去了后，这位婆罗门啊，伊就伫迄个所在坐着来冥想。忽然间啊，规个头壳底呢，好亲像看到迄只羊被木叶挂上花蔓，仰天伫咧笑同款。这只羊的心话向伊讲，真感恩，总以呢，这个500世落羊身啊，今仔日已经是爱解脱的时啦。婆罗门讲，安怎是啊？500世的羊身，今仔日解脱呢？这只羊就讲啦，哇！伫500世以前，就是啊，甲你同款，也是一个婆罗门，也是代替人祭祀，杀了真多的生物，所以我499世为羊。今仔日是第500世的受报了后，我就会当通解脱啦。我真欢喜，真感恩。我仰天一笑，婆罗门呢就问伊讲：你为什么又是亲像伫咧悲鸣呢？这只羊就搁讲：想着你将来啊，还是同款甲我做恶，滥杀无辜啊！这种的罪恶，将来你嘛是同款爱受报啊！想着你的未来，我呢就是为你悲天。这婆罗门好亲像从梦中醒起来同款，目睭白金。看到这个工人已经把羊呢牵转来啦，看到伊颔棍呢挂着花蔓，伊问这个工人羊洗完的时发生什么奇怪的？这个工人就讲，这婆罗门一听到，他呢就真亲切来向这只羊讲话，我会保护你，过去你做的业，我嘛希望呢，唔通将来对着你的后步行。就安尼呢，伊甲这只羊颔棍的花蔓甲伊摕落来，伊就甲着这只羊啊，就甲伊牵出去，往迄个山林去啦。这个所在就是修行的好地方啊！咱来共修，互相的勉励，就伫迄个山林的所在，安尼住着落来。不多呢，甲这个故事讲到这，就向这个比丘讲：比丘啊，人生啊，总是安尼伫咧颠倒，为了一个死亡的人，为这个死亡的人，搁再造上了添了真多的恶业。在生的人呢， 为伊做了家己本身的业报。其实，人去死亡啦，这种滥杀无辜呢，对亡者一点仔都无有利益。但是啊，对在生做恶业的人，那这个果报就连绵啦。这只羊过去的500生乱杀无辜，伊家己嘛都爱长时期去受报啊，多可怕啊！所以，咱这当阵应该爱真谨慎，伫咱的日常生活，好好来培养咱这念的慈悲心。毋只是疼惜家己的性命，同时，咱也都爱疼惜别人的性命。只要咱这念心啊，会当庇护着众生，会平安幸福，这就是慈啦。咱会当疼爱众生的性命。亲像家己，这叫做悲啦。咱要慈悲，咱就爱培养迄份的喜舍。咱欢喜付出，自然人就幸福平安。咱欢喜去舍去付出，自然呢。众生就会当平安而幸福。
Hello, everyone. I believe we have all seen or understood the story. Is there anyone who would like to share? I would like to first start with this side, Penrose. Anyone who would like to share about what they've learned from the story? Thank you, Brother Kelvin.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, this story, it's not one of my favorites. Yeah, because it discourages me to eat meat. But I'll just share one or two things that I picked up from. So Master started telling a story about the disciples of Buddha. They were coming from, I don't know where, but as they were coming from wherever they were coming from, they looked so stressed, so sorrowful. And the Buddha asked them what was the problem. And then they told the Buddha that it was because there's some rich family that have sacrificed a lot of animals at a funeral. And then from there on, the Buddha told a story about the Ba, it's called what, the Ba priest, something like that. It was about sacrificing animals again. On the story, we saw that when there was a need to sacrifice one more goat, the man who was sent to prepare the goat, he prepared the goat by bathing the goat, preparing it to look fresh. And then before he was taking the goat to where it's supposed to be sacrificed, then the goat started to show some unusual signs of smiling and actual resembling characteristics of a human. So the man couldn't understand what was happening, only to find out that this was actual a lesson about 5 lifetimes ago. That goat was a human. It was also a priest who used to sacrifice animals. So it was actually reflecting to 5 lifetimes ago, whereby this goat was a human who is now suffering the consequences of all these unfairness that he committed, the unfairness of sacrificing animals. So in this story, we are taught about being mindful in our daily lives, to be kind, to cherish the lives of other living beings, not only to cherish our own lives. As we've seen, that goat was an example to say that if today you kill animals, you kill chickens for Christmas or whatsoever function, rituals, you will be born to suffer the consequences of the actions you've done today. So this is more of the karmic actions. It's more of, they say that goes, you reap what you sow. In other words, today, if we decide to eat meat, to slaughter animals, you'd find that in another lifetime, you will be born the animal that you killed. So this will be an example of you suffering the consequences of your own actions. Therefore, we should be mindful. We should try to avoid killing animals, killing any other living organisms, like your cockroaches and so on, even your rats. Yes. So if you have rats in your house, you do not necessarily have to kill them. You need to try and chase them out so that they can go in a free world which is not disturbing to you. Because when we kill them, it is so wrong, because we have to try to be in their footsteps. If you were the rat, you go to that house looking for food and then you get killed. Just think about it. How fair is it? Is it fair? It's not fair. So we should really think deep to say that every living organism deserves to live. They also have feelings like us humans. In the past, we've watched the videos of how they breed animals for meat. We've watched how they breed cows, how a newborn cow is taken away from the parent and so on. So if we think deep about it, as humans, you didn't want your child being taken away from you, or you being taken away from your child. So if we think this way, we will try to get rid of this tendency of killing animals. Of course, we eat animals, we eat meat. Some will justify by saying, I'm eating the meat that I did not kill. I did not do the dirty work. But the question will be, if someone sells you a product that is stolen and you know that is stolen, and probably you know the owner of the product, but you still buy it, would it be fair to justify by saying it's not you who stole it, but you knowing the truth? How fair is it? So what I'm trying to say is that we should be mindful. as we try to be vegetarians, of course, it's not easy, but we have to always start step by step. Apart from being good for our health, it's really good in terms of practicing kindness to living beings. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Kelvin, for sharing. Anyone else would like to share?
I can share that. This guy communicating.
Also, would like to hear from the classroom. We would love to hear from you.
Simon.
Kelvin.
Yes.
On your side, anybody would like to share? You can, if you want to talk, you must switch on the microphone.
You've been talking.
No, guys, it's on.
It was
on. She's talking about the other classroom.
No, I'm talking about the
Sister-
classroom. Simon.
Yes. Now we're thinking that Brother Kelvin was talking and you didn't hear anything.
Oh, no. I heard everything he said. No, you was
Yes.
very well said. That is very
Thank you.
Simon, do you know how to switch on the microphone?
Is there someone we can talk?
Anybody from your side
Need to
want
share
to share?
something?
This is all.
I think there is no one to share.
Okay, that's fine.
No? Hello, Sister Cafe?
Yes,
You hear me?
yes, I can hear
Yes.
you.
Yeah, but the guys, they say it's fine. They're not today to share.
Okay. All right. Any more people from Penrose side?
Sister Katie, do you want to share before I share? Or should I start?
Yeah, we'll quickly talk a few words, not much. So again, now we are promoting about compassion, and then we must have kind heart towards animals as well. So because just to give you a brief background, because in our culture, the more traditional culture, when people die or passed away, or when there is big events, you always slaughter animals, a lot of animals, to sacrifice them for the deceased people, or for sometimes even they will say they sacrifice them for God or for the higher power above us. But then is it really a right thing to do that we is that really a right thing to do for us to end some animals' life? Just we use the excuses for sacrificing them for the deceased people or for the higher power, because for the higher power, I'm sure they have the compassion and kindness heart of not letting the animals and the sentient beings suffer. And also for a deceased person, he or she already passed away. Why would he or she be needing all those animals? So just think logically, it doesn't really make much sense. And for us, those people who are living, we have committed the sin and we have done the bad deed of slaughtering those animals, and we all have to bear the karmic consequences ourselves, not the deceased person. We have to bear the karmic consequences. So as also Brother Kevin mentioned just now, that we have to suffer through the consequences of slaughtering the animals. It's because everything is a cause and effect act. There is karma in place, you know, so we have to always be responsible for our actions. And I know it, again, we are going to be promoting vegetarianism because obviously that's a more compassion and more humane way of treating the sentient beings. But we all know it's very difficult from the beginning. So again, we are going to promote, say, you can eat meat if you really can't be a vegetarian, but when you eat meat, we would promote that you don't kill the animal yourself and you don't watch them being killed. You don't hear them being killed. And those animals are not killed just for you. So if we can try to obey these rules, we can already reduce the amount of meat we eat. And then that would be a great benefit to ourselves in terms of the karmic consequences that we have to bear one day in our later lives. That's all from my side today. I will pass the mic back to Foreman.
Thank you, Sister Katie. Thank you for your sharing. From my side, I firstly thank you all for joining the meeting. It's first time setting up like this. Okay, so from my side, I actually learned that this video covered karma, vegetarianism, compassion. Yeah, those are the things that I feel that the video has covered. The first thing I want to talk about was karma. The video also has covered reincarnation. Okay, the first one is karma. In the video, we saw that the man who was now a goat, before he was a human being, but because of his acts, the ones that he did when he was still alive, killing of animals and other things, and sacrificing them, I have learned that with karma, it cannot come immediately you do it, but at some point in life, it will come back to you, because he had been killing goats, cows, and everything that, say, pigs. And at some time, he was also about to be killed because he was reborn a goat. So that's why reincarnation comes back. Say, you do not know what your next life holds for you. What you do, the good things you do now will reflect on your next life. They will give you a better next life. It is good to keep on doing good things. It is good to not to eat vegetables and not to sacrifice animals for your own benefit. Like Master said when the video was playing, that to killing animals, it does not really put the person who has died at any danger or at any risk. It's putting you who is alive, you who is sacrificing those animals, you are the one who gets in trouble. That karma, when it comes back, it will not go to the person you were sacrificing it for, but it will come to you who was sacrificing. So if you sacrifice for someone who has died, do not expect that because that person has died, then anything that is bad that's supposed to come, it comes to them because it was their ceremony. No, it doesn't work that way. When karma comes back, it's gonna come to you because you are the one who sacrificed those animals. You are the one who killed those animals. I also have learned about compassion here. In this video, when we first started, we hear of the disciples of the Buddha. They are feeling pain because of what they have seen. That is compassion. They have heavy hearts. They are not at ease because they have seen a painful thing happening. So it shows them that even though they could have been happy that there is a lot of food, there's a lot of meat, they were able to feel compassion for the animals that had been killed. They felt compassion to say there was really no need to kill so many animals. That's compassion that I have seen. And I have also seen that when the goat was smiling, when it was happy that it's been freed of its curse, then it smiled. After smiling, then it got sorrowful again. It was the goat became a bit down because to be happy, sometimes you realize that I can't be happy at someone else's suffering. He understood that he has suffered so much. Now he is free, but someone else is about to suffer. So I've learned there that when someone is about to suffer, when we see that someone is gonna go in a bad way, we must not rejoice. We must also feel compassion for them and teach them a better way. That's why when the goat was smiling and happy, looking up, then started to feel sorrowful and look down to say, I can't be this happy at someone else's suffering. Understood that my happiness will not be at someone else's cost. Though he knew he could not do anything about it, it is actually up to the person if they want to change or not. So there I've learned that compassion is good for people, that we must always feel compassion for other people. That is why when the man was asking, he said, I feel compassion for you, I feel pain for you, that now you are the one who's going to suffer this, that now because of the things you have done, you're going to suffer for them. Yeah, that was what I have learned today. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Foreman. Anyone else also would like to share?
Thank you, Brother TP. Thank you.
Yes, hi everyone.
Thank you.
Hello.
Okay, yes, my name is TP. So yeah, like Foreman said, what I've also learned from the video is you have to treat everyone and everything with respect. Meaning we should also treat others the way we'd like to be treated. Because of that guy, when he was alive, he was happy eating the goat meat, and he was happy praying for food which were more of the sacrifice. But he did not know that his punishment will be he will have to come back as a goat, and maybe hopefully people will have mercy on him or not. So what I've learned from the video is simply short is we have to treat others the way we would like to be treated. If possible, we have to try to be vegetarian. I think this one is very important. We have to try slowly but surely. We will get there. Thank you.
Thank you. And just two small things to remind us. You know, if we believe in reincarnations, that means anybody in this present life, you are a human being, but in your next life, you might not be. You might reincarnate into become an animal, perhaps, due to our habitual tendencies. And just imagine if your friends or your ancestors or your family member that passed away and reincarnated into animals, would you still be eating them? So we just have to keep in mind and think about that as well. And secondly, is that that priest who sacrifices animal normally for his duty, he does it for his job. So as soon as he discovered the karmic consequences, he immediately stopped what he has been doing for a long time. So that will save him from having to bear with all this very terrible consequences. So we must just bear in mind, if we have committed sin or we have done bad things, it's fine, but you must just stop immediately. As soon, there's always a saying in Chinese, once you put down the knife, that you kill people with, then you can immediately become the Buddha. It's just a saying of it, but it's just basically saying, as long as you drop the knife, then you are no longer the slaughter. So yeah, that's what we can keep in mind. If we are doing something bad or committing bad deeds, but then if we stop immediately, then things can be changed. Okay. Anyone else would still like to share?
Thank you, Sister Samantha.
Go on for more, sir.
Sister Katie, I think that's all from my side.
All right. Okay, so then we will conclude for today then. Thank you,
Okay,
Foreman,
thank
for
you.
leading the class. And then thank you everybody from the Lanzaria side for joining us. And also the Penrose side, thank you all. Can Brother Kevin please lead the bow? Then we can end today's session. Thank you.
Face one side. Just bow. Second bow. Third bow.
So far. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely weekend.
Bye.
Brother Foreman.
Hello, brother. Hello, Sister Katie.
You guys must not please forget the PowerPoint.
Yes, we'll work on it now.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Bye.